Hi, we are Reservoir Studio. Thank you for playing TT Isle of Man riding the X3 and for your constant feedback on the game. Today we'll reply to some of your questions. First of all, thank you for the great feedback. As a physics designer, I think it's more difficult to find a good balance between all the physics mechanics. In our case, it means balancing the complex behaviors of the bike and balancing the relationship between the physical model and the surfaces to be covered. On the other hand, the concept of realistic physics is closely connected with its perception during the play. In fact, during development, the physics are constantly being modified according to the needs of design and development. And this is the key to grounding a good balance.
Unfortunately, none of these features are planned for TT3. However, we take high consideration of your feedback and everything we post on our social media and Discord channel, and we will take that into consideration for our next installment. We are working on a time trial mode, which will be available within the custom event. That has been asked a lot, and we hope you will enjoy it.
We know many of you asked for Super Twins and sidecars. We would have liked to include them, but we prefer to invest the effort in current content and offer the highest possible quality.
Now, VR support, speaking on publisher's side, that's a very complicated topic because it's a very expensive feature for very few players, and it's also complicated to develop.
Developing VR for bike racing games where the sensation of riding is strongly connected to the movements of the rider body requires a very big effort compared to other genres. Our focus and resources for this game had to go to other aspects that had a higher priority. All the tracks that are present in the game are already available in free roaming mode. Any road, any track that you can find in the game can also be found in the open road mode as well. We won't be adding any tracks outside of the Isle of Man. The focus of the game, other than the TT event of course, is the island itself and its exploration. So to offer tracks that are not part of the island is not in our scope. The bikes we have in the game do not have front lights, since they are not permitted by the official rules. Such a feature will surely be interesting. We did it with Rims Racing, but in this case we will need to modify all the motorbikes, add the front lights from scratch, which is not possible. To have a thrilling racing experience at night, we can recommend our previous game, Rims Racing, where night mode is available on all road tracks. The latest game patch includes an improvement to the leaderboard view. Now, if your time is below the top 10, you will be able to see all the players whose ranking are right before and after you. This should help all players to have a better understanding of where they're at, who they've just beaten, and who's the next player to take along to advance in the leaderboard.
As of now, we haven't planned any further changes to the behavior of opponents. We have trained them in order to get the best possible outcome in the engine, focusing on the solidity of their behavior and their performance in the simulation of lap times. Everything was balanced to have a fun gameplay. If you can beat the AI riders easily on tracks and sections, congrats on behalf of the whole team. It will be fun to race together sometime. This is an interesting question. Actually, yes. The helmet cameras in Rims Racing were set on the same fault values you can see in TT3. The biggest difference between the two games is that in TT3 we were able to work on a more specific tuning for each bike in order to offer the best visibility on each model, while maintaining the helmet position as realistic as possible in relation to the bike. In Rims Racing, the view was moved backward from the windshield to offer a wider peripheral vision and amplify the perception of the space around the bike. This is already possible in the current state of the game. Once you have purchased an upgrade for one of your components, you can explore and select any of the previous levels. You need to select the desired level for the component and simply confirm your choice.
So guys, I know you want higher wind volume and I totally agree with you because I'm a biker myself, and I know that wind noise is the most prominent part of the soundscape when you're riding fast. The point is, from an artistic point of view, we wanted to differentiate between the different cameras. So we have higher wind volume in front view, in helmet view, in cockpit view, and on the other side we have less wind, obviously, in third person view, both near and far. The point is, there are a lot of players, and we also received in the earlier stages some complaints because wind volume was too high, and some people like high wind volume, some people maybe do not like it so much. So the best thing for us was to provide you with an average level of wind volume that you can tune in the audio options, and so I guess that you can find your perfect balance within all the sound simply by tuning and adjusting the audio options. Okay, so we received some feedbacks about some audio bugs, and we would like to thank you for your feedback. We did quite a lot of testing, but you know, when the game comes out, it's a different thing because the amount of players increases exponentially. I wanted you to know that we are working on it. We will release a patch where we hope to address most of the issues that you are facing, and so please be patient, please stay tuned, because we are working on it. You will have just to wait a little bit more. Thank you.
Now the question that everyone is waiting for. So it will be before the end of the year of 2023. Of course, that's the point of the 2023 Roadster. That was amazing, both in Supersport and in Superbike. So we're pretty excited, but I can't give any names for now. A bit of a spoiler, but yes, we'll have Paul Jordan in Supersport. Now, esport competition for TT3, that's very interesting. Actually, we will have some real and new competition coming very soon, hopefully with the DLC and with very special prizes.
We loved working on this edition of the game, and I love the TT franchise. We thank Nekon for trusting us with this important license. That said, it would be awesome for us to work for another TT game.
The one big question with Nekon, it's been a pleasure really to work with Raceword, and hopefully maybe in the future if TT3 meets great success.